night, I dream the same dream. And then... the nightmare begins.
America Chavez, a young woman with the ability to travel to different dimensions, is stalked by a supernatural entity that seeks control of her power. It's up to Doctor Strange to go on a cross-dimensional journey to save America and reality itself. Hey everyone, welcome back to Clubhouse Movies Podcast. I'm your host, Marc Rubalcaba, joined once again by Mr. Abel Pineda, and today we will be reviewing Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness, directed by Sam Raimi.
Doctor Strange has survived the snap, only to be welcomed by a series of unfortunate events. No, it's not a lemony snicket's tale, but oh man, it's madness. Hey, it's Ash.
Yes, it is Ash indeed.
Holy crap, Bruce Campbell.
Finally, a Sam Raimi movie. You know what?
It really was. It really was.
I was thinking about Sam Raimi movies. The last one he did was also for Disney. Can you remember what it was?
Was it Spider-Man?
No.
I have no idea.
It was Oz the Great and Powerful, starring James Franco.
I never saw that one.
It wasn't bad.
Really?
It was actually pretty good.
I felt like I was being inundated with Oz movies, so I just kind of didn't watch that one.
Yeah, too bad they canceled Franco.
Yeah, he did. He canceled himself.
He's out of the game.
Yeah,
but yeah, Sam Raimi, he directed Army Darkness, and all the Evil Dead movies. He directed Darkman. And this is his, I think, first superhero movie since the Spider-Man trilogy.
Yeah.
It was actually really weird to see, but man, was this a Sam Raimi movie.
Holy cow. This was, and the thing is, I read rumors about this being a horror genre movie. God, I want to say maybe 6 months to a year after the original Doctor Strange released.
Well, the original Doctor Strange director, I think it was Scott Derrickson. He directed, have you ever seen... It was with Ethan Hawke, and there was the monster Bogul, and he was killing kids.
Why does that sound
Sinister?
Yes,
it's Sinister.
That was his work.
That was Scott Derrickson, and then he moved on to the first Doctor Strange movie. But the thing about Sinister was it was good, it was creepy, but Sam Raimi is one of the greats.
Yeah,
I think, and he's made multiple great movies. Throughout the years, and his style is very distinct, and we'll get into it as time goes on. But there was a scene in this movie where I was watching with a friend, and then she's like, "Man, this movie's dark." Yeah, this movie has gotten like scary.
Yeah, it barely stayed under that PG. It stayed within the realm of PG-13. I mean, very, very loosely.
If it had blood in it, it would have been a hard R. And content-wise, what you see is horror.
Yeah. And the thing is, this is where, I want to say the reality stone comes into play. Because then you start realizing, if you're familiar with the reality stone, you can bend reality to your will, whatever. That's what the Scarlet Witch can do. You start realizing, okay, this stuff is just really bent out of shape because that's what they do.
Well, what's funny is she got her powers from the Mind Stone, which is what was on Loki's saber, but she was also the Scarlet Witch before that happened.
Yeah, she was a mutant.
Yes.
She is one of the Marvel Cinematic Universe's first mutants. Her and her brother.
Shut up and take my money.
Silver.
Yeah.
The freaking X-Men.
Yeah.
Let's do this.
Who was played by Evan Peters in the X-Men movies.
There we go.
And played by, what's his name? I don't remember.
Oh, man. They did us dirty in WandaVision.
That's pretty good.
Oh, that still stings.
The other thing that was funny, if you remember Godzilla, it was the same woman who played Wanda. It was what's her name? Olsen.
Oh, Elizabeth Olsen.
Elizabeth Olsen.
There we go.
And
I have her on the screen right here. Everybody's on the screen.
I know. I can't remember who played Quicksilver in the other Marvel movies, but that was also her brother her husband
in the Age of Ultron.
In Age of Ultron, her brother Aaron Taylor Johnson.
Yeah.
Aaron Taylor Johnson played her husband in Godzilla.
Oh, that's so weird.
And then
that's odd meta.
Yeah, in the next movie, he played her brother.
Yeah. Woof.
Yes. Here, I think we got that one.
There we go.
No bueno. Some casting director's like, oh man, finally.
Yeah. It's been enough time, right?
Finally, some cross-dimensional weird shit.
In the metaverse.
Yeah. But I liked this movie and I liked watching it. If the only complaint that I had about it, it was a very MacGuffin-y, which means a lot of like we got to get a thing to get a thing.
Oh yeah,
and then we got to thing the thing.
I forget that we covered what a MacGuffin is.
Yeah,
but no, for me, the thing that bothered me was the way it began. It was so abrupt.
Oh yeah,
the movie began so all of a sudden that when I was sitting down,
all of a sudden that was the prologue.
Yeah,
all of a sudden this happened. All of a sudden that happened.
Yeah, I sat down. And I was like, did I just miss a lot of this movie in a blink? It was very intense. And then you hear Doctor Strange speaking Spanish, and you're like, what?
I remember that. And I also had like a crazy like hairdo and like a weird outfit.
Nice gray hair. Benedict Cumberbatch.
Woof. Back to Checkers.
Jeez.
Yeah, that's when at the very beginning when America and Strange, who were very much buddies at that point, were in a crazy dimensional world being chased by some monster.
Yeah.
And that's when Doctor Strange gets the idea where we have to kill you.
Yeah.
Miss
We have
America.
to take your power to save the world.
So he starts trying to save her soul, but the monster that was chasing him impaled him
Yeah.
and killed him.
Yeah.
And then both America and Doctor Strange body get sucked into a portal.
Yeah, because
I like the portals, by the way. They're big stars.
Yeah, they're stars.
Star wipes. Literal star wipes.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Star wipe.
And it's
Star wipe. Star wipe.
Ridiculous.
Star wipe. Star wipe.
So, I work with a toddler sometimes.
Star wipe.
Oh man, almost lost my train of thought.
I can't wait.
But yeah, so the way she activates these
transdimensional portals. Come on, buddy.
Portals, man. Sorry, I was reading Multiverse and I was like, did I not say that correctly?
Multiversal portals.
There we go. That's weird. But yeah, so she activates them when under extreme duress. And she sees stars.
Yeah, the little star wipes appear, and then they go through them.
Yeah.
So they go into this other universe, which we're going to find out is the Prime Universe, or we call
our
it
universe.
Our MC universe, the 199999 universe, or whatever they call it. But they call it something else here, which freaked all the nerds.
6-1 something. I forget what it was called.
Yeah. But there's actually some cool just seeing Doctor Strange in this first scene, where we know he doesn't have the dexterity anymore to use his hands to make a tie, so he does it with magic.
Yes, he starts doing like little funny magic, just true magic.
That's the reason why he became a magician.
Yeah,
that sounded funny. Was
magicking?
Yeah, was to be able to use his hands again.
Yeah.
And so instead of doing it with his hands, he just does it mentally.
Yeah, he goes
magic stuff. And then he's going to Dr. Christine Palmer's wedding.
Yeah, his love interest in the first movie.
His long lost love is getting married to somebody else.
The pang of his heart.
Yes.
That was a fancy word.
The what?
The pang of his heart.
P-A-N-G?
P-A-N-G.
Pang. Fascinating. Yeah, and he's getting married, and then also his doctor rival is at the wedding.
Yeah,
and he talks to Doctor Strange. He's like, "I lost my cat," which was sad, by the way.
Real quick, pang, a sudden sharp pain or painful emotion. Now you know.
You know what you call the butt of a knife?
What do you call the butt of a knife?
It's actually the word is tang.
Oh, right, tang of a knife.
Fascinating.
There we go.
Where the hell was I?
So now they're in the he's in the chapel.
Yeah.
And he meets the doctor who if you remember in the first movie, he's the doctor who is gonna essentially let a guy who's semi dead or
just die.
Die.
He was gonna call it too soon.
And they had an ER moment. This man can live.
Using his Benedict Cumberbatch voice.
He's like, I have fingers and I have music.
And my name is Khan. Oh wait. Music.
Yeah.
Wow. Sorry. I just had a moment for later. He's a real music guy.
Exactly.
By the way, Danny Elfman scored this movie.
Holy crap.
He turned it up to Elfman to like 35 on that one.
I was like, where's Batman coming? Seriously. I mean, it's a multiverse.
Yeah, I wanted him to be on the Illuminati. That was my dream. But they're getting married. Richard McDaniels is marrying some dude.
Yeah.
We never mentioned who he is.
And so he's now at the bar, like making water into wine.
Yeah, literally. He's like, this is a little too on the nose.
Yeah, I was like,
yeah, whoa. You might get canceled by some people there.
Yeah.
Whoa.
And then
I just had another.
Well, there you go. A little mind.
Another.
There's a lot of things that were nodded in this movie.
Yeah, a lot of levels.
I have one that really blew me away.
Well, So he's talking to Rachel McAdams.
Yes.
Forget about her fictitious name for now. And they're talking about like could we ever have worked? I don't think so. So that didn't go very well. But
they keep asking him, "Are you happy?
Are you happy?"
Like, what the F, man?
He's a magic superhero.
He's like, I can manifest happiness.
Yeah. That's pretty good. But that's when the monster that was chasing America appeared.
Yes.
And he went to go fight it. But did you notice the nod there? He pulled a Superman move where he's like in normal clothes.
Oh yeah.
And then all of a sudden his like costume manifest.
Yes, I actually wrote that.
Actually, I just had another one of these. So it's a Superman move where he pulls out his costume, or whatever. But he did it like Iron Man.
Yeah.
Where all the parts come
Exactly.
out of nowhere and they come on him.
You're like, where's his cape? And it just
manifests himself. So he sees like the world going to hell.
And that monster, if you are unaware, if you have not watched the What If series, it is, and we'll do a quick record scratch because that was perfectly mismanaged.
One more time, just in case.
So that right there was the monster that was a trans-dimensional monster that was coming out to actually fight Captain Carter in the What If series.
Oh.
So it was right there. And then when you start watching the show, you keep watching it, you watch the Doctor Strange show, he actually, and we'll later meet this Doctor Strange because he actually makes an appearance in the movie. He is by himself. He is heartbroken because he can't have his love, which is Christine Palmer. And he just fills his time with absorbing all the mythical monsters he can. And this monster is one of them. But anyway, back to it.
So he goes to fight the monster. Then Wong shows up.
Yeah.
Wong shows up and fights the monster with him. And then it reminded me a lot of the Doc Ock fight because they're fighting on top of buildings and it's just kind of all over the place.
It was pretty cool. And then it got really grotesque.
The action in this movie was pretty solid.
Yeah.
Everything about this movie.
Well, the thing is, it didn't feel like they were like superheroes. Like when they took hits, they got hit.
Oh, I think Wong made some funny noises when he got hit.
Yeah. He's like, my name is Benedict Wong. My dad is Benedict Cumberbatch. Two B's don't make a nothing.
What?
I don't know.
I don't know what that meant.
They're both Benedicts.
So they meet America, and then America tells her their story after they defeat the monster. Of course, tells her the story that she's transdimensional and she knows Doctor Strange, and Doctor Strange betrayed her.
And he's like, universe. Prove it.
Yeah, prove it. And apparently, Doctor Strange's body was also went through the portal too, so he just buried it in the roof.
Planter in a roof,
the roof of the of the Sanctum Centaur or whatever in New York.
And then Wong is like, that's kind of weird. He's like, I've done weirder.
I've buried worse.
Yeah,
I've buried worse.
It's like a record scratch. Where is that worse?
Yeah. Sorry. What's with this? These buttons. We've been drinking a lot on these episodes lately. If you haven't noticed,
this is orange juice.
Check out our deep water review to see how wasted we can get.
Yeah.
At least some of us. But they go through the body of this giant monster and find runes, witchcraft.
Yes, and they're actually burned into the skin of this thing.
Like,
so means someone went, sick 'em, boy.
Yes, we got to go talk to a witch. Where can we find a witch
who can know what these runes mean?
Yes,
and he's like, "Where's Agatha?" I'm just kidding.
Agatha.
That would have been so much better.
That would have been weird.
That would have been weird
if they unlocked her voice or whatever. But anyway. like the Little Mermaid in her conch shell. That was such a weird morality tale.
That was.
She died at the end of the book.
Rough.
It made more sense. Chase after a guy get killed.
Jeez, I didn't see that. I didn't read that, man.
Yeah, she died and turned into sea foam.
Oh man.
Yeah.
What a bummer. Shut up, man.
So they go to see Wanda.
Yes,
because she's a witch. And she knows about the runes. So he meets her in an orchard field.
Yeah, an apple orchard.
An apple orchard, which it looks a lot like, by the way, the Star Trek scene where in The Next Generation where Geordi came to see Picard years and years later, and he was in
it just looks like flashbacks. That's what it looks like.
But he's saying that, he needs help on a mission. And then Wanda goes like, oh, yeah, so when's the last time you saw like America or something like that?
And then she goes, oh, no, I lost something.
I know, it's okay.
Then she goes, You never told me her name.
Yeah.
He's
So,
like, no, I didn't.
which reveals that Wanda is actually the villain of this movie.
Yeah,
she's the one chasing.
What a twist!
She's the one. That's still better than any M Night movie.
It is. It is. My God, just that one bit.
I don't even think I saw that. Like, not that I was really looking, but I didn't think she was going to be the primary villain. And boy, was she the primary villain.
Holy cow. She is a douchebag.
She is the better Dark Phoenix than any of the.
And they make a nod to this, by the way.
Yeah,
we'll talk about this.
Angry redheads. Watch out!
Holy crap!
Watch out, bald men. Yeah. For angry redheads.
Oh God, my mic just fell. This witch is afoot.
Yeah. Oh, you gotta get that mic some Viagra.
Jeez.
So
terrible.
So she just pretty much says, "Give me the girl, or I'm going to declare war on your Carmitage."
Well, real quick, let's see. So when this whole thing, what is happening? My mic is doing weird things here. Hold on. There we go. I'm back. Right, it's perfectly erect. So when he figures out that she's the bad guy, she turns this apple orchard into a living hell. It is like
very spooky.
Yeah, it's like the witch's thorns. It's like it's all red and smoky, and yeah, it's not a good look. Anyway,
yeah, that's when she tells Doctor Strange, "Deliver the girl, I will attack Carmitage."
Yeah.
So that's where they decide to hide her. The Carmitage and all the wizards are all ready. By the way, this is very Army of Darkness with the castle ready to fight the Army of Darkness.
Dude,
Very, very Sam Raimi.
I was like, Helm's Deep.
Yeah, right?
Dude, super freaking like. And the funny thing is, they get ready with these bows and arrows and like guns, and I'm like, what are you going to shoot her with? And then, of course, it's all spirit weapons.
Yeah.
They're shooting spirit.
Actually, it was pretty creepy when she got... So she... I don't remember how it started, but I know she started getting in their heads. And then she would just kind of appear behind them and whisper in their ears.
Yeah, Elizabeth Olsen is freaking menacing.
Yeah, man.
That woman.
She can tie me up and whisper things in my
ear. No thanks.
Yeah, it's okay. I don't know. Oh.
But yeah, so she whispers things into those guys' ears. And she says, "Run!" And they're projecting this shield. They're doing their they're doing their thingy things, and the shield starts to falter. And then Doctor Strange shows up, and then it's a huge fight with her, Wong, and everybody else getting just demolished.
Yeah, it's a multi-pronged fight, very elaborate.
Yeah,
and it ends with most of Carmitage dead.
Yeah,
like literally, a lot of them got like just murdered. I think there was a lot of friendly fire in there. There was a lot of...
Yeah, she just like the Thanos snap. She turned a lot of them to dust.
Yes.
That was...
She messed a lot of them up. And America and Doctor Strange escaped to another dimension.
Well, so what happens first is... So I think they accidentally escaped.
Well...
Oh, yeah.
America cannot control her powers.
I don't know if we covered that. She can't control her powers just yet.
Yeah. It's more like a reflex at this point.
She's like, star power.
Yeah. Star wipe. Boy, I hope Premiere still has the star wipe button, or I'm going to feel really stupid.
You can import it.
Yeah, I can, but I'm lazy. Or I can make it myself in After Effects, just a star with a green screen.
So much work.
Yeah. Star wipe.
Knowledge is power.
Yeah. So that's when Doctor Strange and America transport to Reality 838.
Yes.
And meanwhile, Wong is a hostage of Wanda.
Yeah, and she's trying to project herself.
She has the Darkhold.
Yes, which is a book.
Which is pretty much the Book of the Dead, speaking of Sam Raimi.
There you go.
But another Book of Evil. Just another nod to every other Sam Raimi movie that's ever come out. She has Wong.
Yeah.
And trying to find out where that is. And we'll just kind of cover this spot right here. But there's a survivor who actually goes and tries to destroy the book. And she does destroy the book. She stabs it and it explodes.
Yeah. So
and she's like, "Oh my God." And then she starts torturing Wong. She starts torturing everybody else.
So, we got to get in depth because this is where it's like, holy crap, this is a horror movie. This is dark. So Wong right now is being held up with whatever Wanda's little...
Like crucifixion magic.
Yeah. Like he's doing a figure X. And so she's floating, doing her freaking demon crap. and she's projecting into another universe. Well, while that happens, we find out there's one survivor who comes up and has this, I'm assuming, a sacred knife.
Yeah, this is a knife.
Yeah, it's a spirit knife, we'll say.
Yeah.
And Wong is like, give me the knife, I'll do it. And she's like, you can't do this. I must do it. And she stabs the book and just turns into like fire and ash. And she's just like
a vampire in Blade who got
holy crap,
got impaled.
Yeah. Except she doesn't just like disappear. She like crumbles.
And it looks painful. It looks like she felt like every minute of it.
Yeah, it was something. It was something.
Yeah. So what we learn here is that Wanda cannot leave the dimensions, but she can inhabit the soul. It's like soul walking of somebody who's in that dimension.
Yes, of her multi-dimensional self.
So another Wanda in another dimension she can possess. And so then we're back with Doctor Strange and America in this new dimension, right? Which is kind of like New York. It's in New York, but it's very, let's say,
think of like iRobot.
Yeah, it's very. It almost looks like a lot of arboretums. Like it looks like there's a lot of like plants
in Free Guy. If you remember the end of Free Guy, it's exactly what it looks like. Sans dinosaurs.
It looks utopian.
Yeah.
And then America's like, yeah, there's all kinds of crazy food. See, I found these pizza pops. Pizza pop. So it's like a cake pop. It's a cake pop meatball pizza.
With a little pepperoni around it, and delicious looking cheese.
And then America takes one. She's like, food in other dimensions is free. It's only your dimension where food isn't free. And they start eating these pizza pops in it. And then all of a sudden you hear a voice, to hell it's free. Where's my money?
Yeah. And who does the camera turn to? But freaking Bruce Campbell, a.k.a. Ash.
Bruce Campbell, Pizza Papa, demanding his money.
Why don't you take some mustard, huh?
You got to pay for that.
And then Doctor Strange does him dirty and does like a little finagling of his fingers and makes him punch himself in the face.
Okay, because this is a staple of Bruce Campbell and Sam Raimi where his hand gets possessed and kicks his ass.
It was, dude,
the last time this happened to him, he had to get a chainsaw and cut off his hand.
And this was the best freaking thing ever. Because my God, does it have such a sweet ending? And we'll get there when we get there. But my goodness.
So Doctor Strange possesses his hand. It just keeps punching Bruce in the face like it happens to him in apparently other dimensions. And then America's like, how long is he going to do that for? He's like, I don't know, about 2 or 3 weeks. Which maybe it feels like 2 or 3 weeks, which we'll get back to. But that was the court mandated Bruce Campbell cameo for every Sam Raimi movie. That made my day. I was already on board, but then I was so glad.
By the way, if you were around the Instagrams or Twitters and saw the leaked photo of, we'll say leaked loosely, of Bruce Campbell in a chair getting his makeup done, and they were dyeing the sides of his hair gray. They were totally trolling us.
Well, that was an April. That came out on April Fool's, so it was an April Fool's Day gag.
But it was just like so perfectly done.
Yes, hats off, and always glad to see Bruce Campbell.
Yeah.
So at this point, Doctor Strange goes to the New York Sanctum Sanctora, or whatever we call it.
Yes.
And who is there? Oh no,
he
doesn't run into anyone yet. He finds a statue.
Yes.
Of Doctor Strange. This world's Doctor Strange gave his life defeating Thanos.
Yes.
He's a hero. Martyr. Died a hero.
Yes.
And then he's like, oh my God. And then who comes out but Mordo. This world's Mordo. So Mordo was the villain from the first movie. Or, no, he wasn't the villain.
He wasn't the villain. He was his teacher first.
Yeah, he was maybe his mentor.
Yeah, mentor, we'll say. Mentor.
And then he became the villain.
Yes.
Because he said there's too many wizards, so he went killing wizards off.
Wizard Harry.
Yeah, he killed Harry. And then Mordo's like, my friend, I've missed you.
Yeah.
He's like, the day has finally come when a strange from another dimension has come to like see me. Oh,
yeah, and he's like,
great day.
And then here's a real quick thing we forgot about. Is that in this universe, red means go, green means stop.
Oh yeah, a lot of weird
multiversal
rules.
Yeah, so when this whole little thing takes place, Doctor Strange goes, "Okay, we're going. Red means go." He says that and just goes with Mordo, who wanted to kill him in the other universe.
Oh yeah, so they're just hanging out in the Sanctum Sanctorum, and they serve him tea, drinking tea, hanging out. But it turns out it was a double cross.
Who didn't see that one coming?
I know. So they're talking, and then the tea was poisoned, and they get So
they give him tea.
They gave him tea, and he got knocked out.
Yeah,
and that's when they're captured and taken to a facility.
Yes.
So a powers limiting facility.
Yes.
They're inside like Hannibal Lecter glass.
Yep.
So Doctor Strange has his own Hannibal Lecter cell.
Yeah.
And America has her own Hannibal Lecter cell, and it's all being ran by Rachel McAdams' character
Dun, 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 dun.
in this alternate universe. Christine Palmer,
the scientist.
and Mordo's like, well, we got to take you to like the team. What team? We got to take you to the Illuminati. It's like, Illuminati? What the heck is that?
We're like, what the f-?
And the guards for this Illuminati are Ultron bots.
They're Ultron bots. And get this, Christine Palmer in this universe is not only aware that there's a multiverse, she is actually the
Multiverse specialist.
yes of this world. She understands that there are other ones, and she labels the multiverses. I'm just like, whoa.
Oh yeah, that's when she said we're 838, and then she called that one something.
I was like,
something.
a la Loki TBA. What's going on?
Yeah, so everybody says that Loki enabled all this to happen. If it wasn't for the events of the Loki. By the way, we reviewed every single Loki episode.
It's out there.
That was weird.
2/3 of us are still here.
Yeah, what
The
happened
other
to that?
one's eating a hamburger somewhere.
Yeah, his variant is a cockroach. You think you kill him and he pops up someplace else.
Yeah, his variant should be living in the sound space, but we don't have that.
He's still eating from the toilet in the Saw.
He does that every now and again.
From the Saw bathroom. Actually, that's pretty good. Where was I? So
Yeah.
Mordo takes Doctor Strange to the Illuminati, which he's a member of. But guess who else is a member?
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Sorry if I got loud in your ears there.
Oh, okay. So let's start with the ones we don't care about. The first one was Anson Mount re-portraying his role from the Inhumans.
Yep.
What so was the name of his character? Starwipe? Starwipe.
We'll call them Sweet Whispers.
Yeah. Apparently when he talks, you explode, but it's the same character from the Inhumans show that nobody watched.
Yeah. I was like, what? What Inhumans?
Yeah. So he's one of the members of the Illuminati.
More news coming on Inhumans in our Shop Talk episode. Please stay tuned.
And then also was Captain Marvel, but it's Monica Rambeau's daughter playing. No, I think it was her. It was just her.
Oh, it is her. Yeah, it is.
It was Monica Rambeau
in another universe.
In another
universe. Same powers.
Here she is Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
And
who else did we have?
I'm trying to think of the ones we don't care about before, like the big ones. Because Mordo was one of them.
That was that. So we have Mordo, him,
Star Power, Starwipe, whatever his name was. Okay, so
that's good.
We'll get into the good ones. So the first reveal,
that freaking
Mr. Fantastic, played by John Krasinski,
Reed Richards, and let me tell you, they did a fan service here because he looks exactly the same as the freaking renders.
Yeah, so
it was fantastic.
And
yes, he is.
So that's hot.
It was. I'm pretty sure it was everyone on the internet that made him get this role.
Well,
everyone went nuts.
They either wanted him to be Mr. Fantastic, or they wanted him to be Captain America. I think he plays a better Fantastic.
He actually got. He didn't get the role for Captain America.
They wanted him to be. Captain America.
He actually. Well, he auditioned for it.
Yeah.
And he lost it, which now we know who that went to. But totally fine. He can carry it on because I firmly believe. Oh, you know what? Let's keep going on. So the next one that comes out totally freaking blows our minds.
Well, we saw this in the trailer.
Captain freaking Carter.
Captain Carter
herself. And Haley Atwell, you did well.
Yes, she was in. She definitely was in What If. I didn't see What If. I totally forgot about Captain Carter. To be honest with you,
and she got the most screen time from these people. I want to say.
Yeah, her and
then
Professor X hovers in his classic yellow wheelchair
to the theme song from the 1990s X-Men that we all grew up on.
That was never used in any of the movies.
Nothing else. Sony didn't use it in their freaking Sonyverse. Foxverse.
Mm-hmm. And the Bryan Singer verse.
Yeah, the Bryan Singer verse. And let me tell you, man, when they started playing that, Juicy Elfman.
Dude. By the way, Danny Elfman, he re-rendered that. And he also re-rendered the the Doctor Strange theme.
Yes.
And then as we go in, he entered some other classical themes as we get into it. So yeah, Danny Elfman definitely on his A game. By the way, if he played at I think Coachella this year, he's jacked now. He's in his 60s.
I was gonna say, nearly 70-year-old man. He's looking great. Good job, Elfman.
Yeah, I guess being ginger and red hair didn't hold him back.
My game up, man.
Yeah, right.
Jeez,
gotta discover the gym.
I do 12-ounce girls.
So he goes to see the Illuminati, where they tell him what really happened. Doctor Strange wasn't the hero that they sold him as.
Yeah,
he was actually corrupted by the Darkhold. Did he kill a lot of people?
He did. It was like
so him and Thanos killed people?
I'm trying to remember this. Mind you, we're trying to remember from,
because if you think about imagine the Infinity War, where they're all on that on Titan, right? Yeah. Where it was Iron Man, Star-Lord, and a couple other cast of characters fighting Thanos, right? And Spider-Man was there. In this reality, it was pretty much all the Illuminati fighting him on Titan.
Yeah, so it was all of them, and because Doctor Strange wanted to have absolute power to beat Thanos, he ended up being a little worse.
Yeah, he became corrupt.
Yeah.
How did he kill everybody?
I don't remember. I feel like I need to watch this movie like 5 more times.
Yeah, I got to watch it. We only saw it once, unfortunately. But somehow he was so corrupt, he was able to defeat Thanos in a way that made everybody sick.
Yeah.
But now that I think about it...
No, he caused a transgression or a universal thing where two universes collided and he actually ended up killing everyone in those universes.
Okay, so he did something worse than Thanos. Yeah, so Thanos just infected half people in one universe.
Yeah, and Doctor Strange killed people in multiple universes. So
to protect his universe.
Yeah, so because he felt so guilted by this, he allowed himself to be killed by Mr. Whispering Mouth. He said,
by
I'm
Anson
sorry.
Mount. What's the name of him? Starwipe?
I don't know.
Starwipe.
Anson Mount. Let's look this up.
Anson Mount. He is also Christopher Pike now in the Star Trek series.
Oh. Character in Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange. Let's see.
My name is God.
Oh, Lord. Black Bolt.
Like you would call him Starwipe.
Yeah. But yeah, so the Black Bolt, he can whisper and just, disintegrate you. So after all this stuff, Doctor Strange from their universe realizes, oh crap, I've made a huge mistake. And so he takes a knee and he's like,
put me down.
Yeah, put me down. And Starwipe goes and just whispers, I'm sorry.
You see him look all sad.
Yeah. So they fed the story that he was the
hero.
He was
the hero who defeated Thanos. That's why they built the statue of him in the front. So as this is going on, Wanda has taken control, is doing her magic walk or whatever they call it, her moonwalk inside the Wanda of this reality, who has kids.
Yes.
And by the way, no sign of Vision. Vision. So we don't know who the dad is.
Yeah.
And we don't know Vision. Vision might be human and at work, like WandaVision style.
Yeah,
for all we know, maybe because we don't.
It's another universe. I mean,
we don't know.
Things are out the window, man.
So she gets inside this Wanda's head and becomes her.
Yeah,
and she meets her kids. So she's like, "Oh my God, my kids are real."
Yeah,
So she has like a moment with them where she's like sad, like melancholy, like meeting them for real. So this time, not just the WandaVision version, but she goes to the Illuminati encampment and they get all the alerts, like red alert.
Cow.
She has the closest thing I could think of, and this was better than that, was that scene in Rogue One where Darth Vader kills all the noobs.
Oh man, dude, it was way worse.
It was way worse.
You saw it,
and it was actually like graphic,
and it was drawn out.
It was drawn out because first they like the Illuminati confronts Wanda, and man, it's drawn out. And it's unexpected.
It is very unexpected.
That's when my friend was like, "This movie is kind of dark."
Yeah.
Because first Shadow Wipe.
What is his name? Black Bolt.
Black Bolt. So Mr. Fantastic, John Krasinski's like Wanda, like stand down. Like they don't want to kill her, right? They're like, well, stand down, Wanda. Like, well, we got this handled. Like it's all good. Like just go home to your universe and like, I'm sorry you have kids. And then she goes, "Do you have kids?" And then Mr. Fantastic's like, yeah, I got 2 or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
and she's like, well, are you married?
Are you married? Do they have a mother? Yes. So, wait, Sue Storm exists.
Yes.
Everyone's Pam, or what's her name? Jenna Fisher to be her. But anyway, so now we know the Mrs.
Fantastic.
What do you call her? What's her name?
Miss Fantastic?
Miss Fantastic. Does she have a name? I know it's Sue Storm, but does she have
Invisible Woman?
Yeah, she's the Invisible Woman.
Yes.
So we know she exists. She goes, oh, good. They'll have someone to take care of him when you're gone.
Yes.
Something like that.
And then
something evil like that.
He's like, well, Black Bolt can...
Black Bolt can vaporize you with a whisper.
And he's like, oh, yeah? With what mouth?
Yeah. And Black Bolt gets matrixed. Remember when Neo's face closed up? He had no mouth?
Yeah.
Black Bolt. Like, it happens to him. He doesn't realize it.
Yeah.
For like a moment. And when he does, he freaks out. And right when he's about to yell, he yells and it echoes and blows up his head.
His head collapses. Half of his skull collapses.
He hits
the ground so hard.
Yeah, his head exploded because he screamed with no mouth.
It was crazy. It was very grotesque. So
it was intense.
Yeah, so he drops, and then she literally unravels Dr. Reed.
Mr. Fantastic turns into pretty much a...
he looks like licorice.
He's like a Stretch Armstrong that got stretched and then taken into little pieces. Like, there was a scene where Thanos took a bunch of people apart.
Yeah.
In the Infinity War, and actually, there's actually a quick scene in this movie, where Doctor Strange is like
the same
falling into different dimensions, like before they reach here, and he's kind of falling apart too. So it's like that, but it's like more intense because he's alive while it's happening.
Yeah,
and then he fights Captain Marvel.
Yeah,
but he just crushes her with a giant statue.
No, not. Oh yeah, Captain Marvel. Yeah, Rambo. What's her face?
Yeah, Monica Rambeau.
Yeah, Monica Rambeau gets crushed with a statue. And man, they were going at it pretty hard.
Yeah.
And then Captain Carter shows up and just starts, landing hits, obviously, because it's Captain Carter. And then Captain Carter gets sliced in half.
Yes, she was bifurcated.
It's an off-screen slice in half, but the shield goes right through her, and
you know what happened.
You know exactly what happens. And you're like, oh!
So just
and, oh, hey, there's blood here. Because when... what's her face? When Wanda gets the shield back, because she's the one who threw the shield, it's covered in blood.
Yeah, man.
Oh man.
So she took care of those people. That's not cranberry sauce. Yeah. So as that's happening, Doctor Strange and Professor X talk briefly, just sort of like about like he should know the truth. And Professor X tells her that there is a book of Ashanti. Yeah. The Book of Ashanti is the antithesis of the Darkhold, and he has to find that. So Professor X is helping. And then, by the way, this is Patrick Stewart. Like this is full Professor X
man
mode.
He has made the jump.
So now that has happened, Mordo and Doctor Strange like fight because like Doctor Strange is trying to escape, but Professor X goes to confront Wanda, and then like he stops her and does like the thing.
He's like this.
Yeah, he does this like X-Men thing, and he's in her mind. He
does a total nod to the freaking Phoenix.
Yeah, he's in the sunken place.
There's a door.
Oh my god,
the Phoenix door, because Jean Grey is hidden behind the door.
Yeah, so
her trauma.
So this is like Stranger Things, like 11's like white, like Black World, but it's also kind of like the sunken place.
Yeah,
Professor X sees Wanda trapped.
Yes.
behind the door, behind the bunker.
She's under rubble because this is nodded to in Age of Ultron.
Yes, because
her brother were survivors. That's how they were found
of the Stark bomb. Is
undetonated Stark bomb right next to them.
So Professor X is like, come out, maybe if you come out, like we can say, like, but it's Professor X. Like,
the way it came out was like totally like
you need to come out.
Yeah,
like the way he talks. Maybe if you come out, then we can stop Wanda together. The way he talks.
Yeah.
Oh my god, so awesome! I love Patrick Stewart. He's so cool. I actually think like, oh my god, it was
super rad.
I was having like a moment. Like,
yeah,
I was like, oh my god, like, oh my god, Professor. Oh,
that is the worst.
I had to change my pants. Twice.
Charles Xavier.
But then the Scarlet Witch Prime Wanda comes.
Yeah,
and just Phoenix is Phoenix is Professor X,
and she does him dirty. She shows up in the form of this red cloud, and then all you see is this like demon-faced Wanda pop up over his shoulder, and then her bony freaking digits, and snaps his neck. Ooh.
So this is,
and you see him just die in real world.
Like the third or fourth time that Professor X has died.
Dude, he's been murderized. I know. It's crazy.
Twice by redheads.
Ugh.
Yeah.
God.
So now it's up to Rachel McAdams. Okay, so Doctor Strange, he's in this movie. He escapes Mordo.
Yeah.
And then Rachel McAdams lets America out, and the three of them,
Yes.
proceed to the next dimension.
Yep.
To try and find the book of Vishanti.
Yep.
Right. So they go to a dimension now that's like broken.
Yeah, it looks like two dimensions colliding into one another.
Yeah, it actually you see like the Empire State Building like scraping against, like there's one scraping against the other or whatever, and the whole world is gray and like everybody's dead. They go to Carmartage, but it's like all by itself in like the field of like sadness. It almost looks like the way Wayne Manor looks in some of the newer movies.
Yep,
where it's just like a mansion in the middle of nowhere, but usually it's in the city. And they open up the front door to like walk in, and it's just this staircase to nowhere.
Yeah, it just disappears. And as soon as Doctor Strange, our prime Doctor Strange, enters, the door is shut. So Mrs. Peters, or whatever her name is, she stays outside.
Yes. She stays outside. Okay, let's also smash cut and check in with Wong really fast.
Yeah. Oh, right.
Because remember, they destroyed the Darkhold.
Yeah.
They were torturing Wong, and then they said, we're going to keep torturing all these people. Like she brought him back to life to torture them. Yeah. And then he's like, the Darkhold was a copy. There's actually like a mountain we can go to. The Darkhold Castle out in Wendigo Mountain.
The Wendigo Mountain?
Yeah. The Wendigo Mountain.
Oh, man.
So they go to Wendigo Mountain, but they can only go so close to it because the magic is too dark for Wong to transport them even further. So they end up hiking like the rest of the way.
Yeah, and hiking loosely. She floats up and drags Wong magically up there.
And these monsters start attacking them, these rock monsters.
Yeah.
And then they realize it's Wanda, and they start bowing before her. And then as she was about to fight them, she's standing on a pedestal already. And then behind her is a statue from the Darkhold of her
doing her thing,
looking like the Scarlet Witch. She's like, this isn't something. It's a shrine,
or it's a throne.
It's not a tomb. It's a throne.
Yeah,
something like that.
Dun, dun, dun,
to
dun,
her.
Dun, dun, dun. And then Wong's like,
he gets more like a. She like shoves him and he goes over the cliff and he tries to do a scorpion harpoon or a Spider-Man. But his harpoon it hits a rock and just clanks.
Yeah, it's like, oh no.
Never happened to Batman.
Exactly.
Hey, what's the one thing Batman doesn't have on his utility belt?
What is that?
Patience.
Oh.
But anyway.
Nice.
Yeah, that's from The Simpsons. Anyway. So now that's where it's Doctor Strange. He goes and meets another Doctor Strange.
Yep.
Who
we'll call him Sad Strange.
I actually think he's called Sinister Strange.
He is.
He's the one you see in the trailer. He goes, things just got out of hand.
Yeah.
Even though he never said that. So Sinister Strange, he's like kind of cool until he starts saying that like he's been like smoking the Darkhold juice too.
Yeah, and he literally has a Darkhold on his hip. And he has a third freaking eye.
He has a third eye.
When he gets angry, his eyes hulk out and he gets a third one.
Yeah. And then that's when the Danny Elfman says, like, probably said to like Sam Raimi. So Sam Raimi and Danny Elfman had a falling out when they made Spider-Man 3. That's why he didn't score it. And then Danny Elfman, I think he said, I'll never work with that guy again. But then he ended up calling him for Oz the Great and Powerful. He's like, hey, buddy, can we want to make an Oz movie? He's
you
like,
want money?
Yeah, pretty much. He's like, don't trust anybody else. So that's when Danny Elfman turned it up and
to 11, by the way.
And Doctor Strange and Sinister Strange had a music fight.
I was like, Devo, please get in here.
It was like the best analogy I can think of is, remember Fantasia? Remember the Sorcerer's Apprentice?
Yes, that's exactly. It was like a nod to that kind of era.
But it was like and you actually saw notes like flying off pages, and they're like fighting.
Now I'm no musician. I mean, I like playing music and stuff, but I can't read music. But I don't know if you do read music and you're aware of how to read music. Were those notes correct to what we were listening to? Because that would be awesome.
To my beer? It got thick and apricot-y. I didn't expect that. Oh, it was this Porto stuff.
You didn't see my face? I took a sip and was like, oh, I felt the chest hair growing.
It's like an apricot jizzed in my cup.
No.
Like a giant apricot man. He's like the Kool-Aid man, but an apricot.
It's called parcha.
Yeah, he's like,
Anyway,
I did not expect it. Totally derailed me.
That is Puerto Rican juice right there,
A long
baby.
time ago, I was really drunk, and I usually like to drink lots of ice water when I drink.
Yeah.
And somebody says like, "Oh yeah, here's ice water." And I
No,
drank
was it vodka tonic?
No, it was warm seltzer water. and I just remember like expect like a nice glass of refreshing.
Yeah.
Instead of it's like warm and like what is this?
I had someone.
I threw up immediately.
I was at a bar when this happened, and now I know people get roofied. I was like,
Oh, people get roofied.
yeah, I was like, nah, I'm not drinking tonight. I was just hanging out, with some friends, and I was like, I want a water. And I asked the bartender, I was like, yeah, give me water. And she was like, do you want a Sprite or ginger ale or something? I was like, you know what? Nah, I'll just take ice water. Ice water's fine.
I think I'm out.
Yeah, and she hands it to me, and I take a sip, and it is straight freaking vodka tonic on ice. And if I didn't almost spit all of it in her face, I was like, oh. It's rough. It's rough business.
This parcha stuff will go good on pancakes.
It is thick.
It is thick and soupy and alcoholic.
This thing licks the side of the freaking glass.
Yeah. Woof.
It's made with sugarcane and straight up alcohol.
And apricot.
Yeah.
It has to be apricot or peach.
Let me tell you what this is. It's called a parcha. So let's look it up.
I don't see a squiggly line on top of the R.
On top of the R. Shut up.
It's not wearing a hat today.
It is a passion fruit, I guess. So there you go.
No, that's not a passion fruit, is it?
It's a. Let's see. It's passion fruit. Yeah, it's passion fruit.
Weird.
Wow.
Where were we? Doctor Strange and the I keep saying and the.
Yeah, no, it's in the
Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness.
Yeah, so.
Oh man, I gotta take a piss, but I will wait because we've had too many delays. There's been beer running out. There's been a fire. There's been this weird parcha in my cup. This dude.
Woof.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Checkers does not approve.
Yeah, so.
And then Penny's chasing Checkers.
We apologize for the long episode, but this movie.
Pretty good.
That was pretty good. So this episode deserves it. It's really good. There's a lot of movie to talk about.
A lot of movie. This movie really movied.
Yeah, it was good.
And if you can hear the helicopters, there's probably still a fire. So all you people watching live,
We are dedicated
yes,
to our craft.
we are like that band on the Titanic that kept playing as the ship sank.
That's exactly what we are.
That band on the Titanic.
Anyway, back to some Doctor Strange talk. So now
I'd be getting laid if I was on the Titanic.
Oh, it's like what?
what am I doing? Playing my violin as the ship is sinking? I'm like, dude.
That's true.
Anyway, Wendigo Mountain.
Yeah.
So he's battling Sinister. Doctor Strange is battling Sinister Strange.
Yes.
And then he manages to conquer him, gets a hold of the Darkhold.
Yeah.
Now that he has the Darkhold, he can go to another dimension. And since America doesn't quite figure out how her powers work.
Yep.
So he's like, oh, I know. I can get inside the Doctor Strange in my dimension.
Yeah. And what Doctor Strange is that?
If you remember from the beginning, 3 hours ago when we started this, there's a zombie Doctor Strange.
He is dead.
There's
He's not a zombie yet. He becomes a zombie when Doctor Strange projects in him, which is a big no-no, apparently.
Yeah, so Doctor Strange, it was actually really cool because he took control of his zombie body that was decaying, right? Which you see in the trailer. He looks all decrepit and gross. And then these wraiths show up.
Yeah.
Wraith is like the word of the day. These wraiths start showing up. And they're like, well, Doctor Strange inhabiting a body, a dead body. You know, this is a big no-no.
Yeah.
And they're like, these like monster like ghosts are like attacking him and like swarming while he's like, ugh.
Yeah. And then as he's dying in the current place where he's projecting
like his
from,
body.
Yeah. It's like overheating and everything. His long lost love, Christine,
who, by the way, they never got together in any universe.
Yeah. No universe. So she's here at his side and she's like, use them. Use the Force,
You are
Luke.
the master of the dark arts.
Yeah.
you can handle a couple of like ghosty douchebags.
Yeah.
She said something like that.
Yeah. And all of a sudden she spoke these words of wisdom, and he's just like, oh, I do.
He's like, oh yeah, I'm a wizard, Harry.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
he turns them into a freaking set of bat wings.
Yeah, but not only that, but he has all the arms, so he's like octopus like man after that.
Right.
Yeah. He does this crazy Doctor Strange like look. And that's when he fights Wanda. He goes to the Wendigo Mountain to go take out Wanda.
And he literally throws wraiths at her, and Wong puts him inside of an egg.
How did Wanda get? Oh, because they actually did make it from this point, like just before this, to the book of Vishanti.
Yes,
and that's when Wanda got to them.
Yes,
and she abducted America.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah,
and destroyed the book of Vishanti.
Yep.
And now she's stealing, like, your soul is mine. Like she's trying to steal like America's soul.
So now she's at the that stupid tower of whatever the heck,
the whole Darkhold Castle on Wendigo Mountain.
Yeah, so she's that's where America is now on the throne laying down, which is pretty much like an altar.
Yeah, it's just a big flat pedestal if anything.
So she's on there and trying to take her soul and stuff.
Your soul is mine.
Carry on.
And that's when Zombie Strange shows up.
Yep.
And somehow America gets the power to open up the portal to back to the universe where they started in 838, where the Illuminati was.
Yeah.
And she opens up the portal to Wanda's family. So she sees her kids and she sees happy Wanda.
Yeah.
Happy Wanda, like cool Wanda.
Because Wanda in our time is actually beating them up. She is handedly going to win.
It smells like farts, dude.
Gotta pound it down, man. So so Wanda's handedly beating up everyone. And then America's like, I'm gonna give her what she wants. And she multiverse punches her in the face and opens up a freaking I hope he does cuts to his face when he does this. So he gets we're gonna call it the multiverse punch.
Yeah,
this thing. We're gonna call this the multiverse punch. So she gets punched in the face and opens up a trans-dimensional portal. Mm-hmm. And it shows evil Wanda what good Wanda and her children's lives look like. And what breaks evil Wanda more than seeing her children or not having them is seeing her children be afraid, nay, terrified.
Yeah, they were terrified of evil Wanda.
And they were throwing things at her. Yeah. They're like throwing sticks and twigs at a sword.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So that's when she becomes sad and decides to tear down the Darkhold Castle.
And there's a loophole here.
Yeah.
There is a loophole here that I found out, and it kept bugging me. I've not bothered to look
into
into
or plot hole?
We're going to say plot hole.
Oh.
Sorry, plot hole.
Yeah, what happened?
So the plot hole here is because now we have our Wanda saying that, she wants to redeem herself and destroy the Darkhold. So she destroys the Darkhold by collapsing the castle, Darkhold Castle, whatever it is. Mm-hmm. And it collapses. We see the Darkhold disappear in one universe, in another universe. Mm-hmm. And Doctor Strange, Prime Strange.
Strange. Okay.
Prime Strange says she must have destroyed him in every universe. Hold on. Hold the phone here.
That's pretty good.
So how in the heck did she destroy him in every multiverse when she was only projecting to one? And assuming we're going by these rules of multiverse,
she destroyed the Darkhold in every universe.
She destroyed the Darkhold in every universe, and that was we only know that because Doctor Strange said it.
Yeah,
we don't know how it happened. We know that it did happen, but there's no explanation as to why or how it happened. Tell me it didn't happen. I saw it happen.
Well, as we'll
Star Trek
2009.
Yeah.
Or 8. I don't know. It pisses me off.
Eric Bana.
Yeah. But he was the bad guy. He was the evil Romulan.
Romulus got destroyed, and Vulcans just watched.
He played Nero.
Yeah.
So the thing about it is, Doctor Strange does develop a strange bond with the Darkhold by the end of this movie. So anyway, she destroys it. She destroys the castle. Yeah. America becomes a member of Carmitage now.
Yeah. So she's learning.
The dark
Everybody's
arts.
Walking on sunshine.
Yeah.
The Doctor Strange walks out of his Sanctum Sanctorum.
Yeah, it was a kind of a funny denouement, a new day.
Yeah.
And he's just kind of like whistling, kind of like almost like like strutting Spider-Man.
It was such a nod. That's the thing. That was definitely a nod to Spider-Man when he's with Venom, walking on sunshine.
Yeah,
the jazz music, snapping fingers.
Give me that jazz. Bully Maguire. Anyway, and then
oh, my back.
Yeah. I remember when Tobey Maguire in that scene, Peter Parker slapped Mary Jane. Everyone in the theater was like, "Oh, oh,
yeah, that was pretty good."
Everyone in the theater was like,
Fatality.
"Yeah." I don't know if he killed her.
No, he didn't. Yeah.
but she definitely fell on her ass,
Yeah.
and everyone was just like,
It was pretty gnarly, man.
Yeah.
It was pretty
anyway,
gnarly.
going back to this movie, he's walking on sunshine, like, because everything's done.
And he's in the middle of a crosswalk.
Middle of a crosswalk that is regular green and go, has a crazy migraine.
Yeah.
And he falls to his knees, and then when he gets back up, he's got that third eye in his head.
Yes, the eyeball opens up and he's like, whoa.
Which happened to Ash a lot too, by the way.
Yeah.
In the Evil Dead movies, eyeballs are popping up on his body.
Freaking crazy.
Also, the what's her name? I forgot her name, but his protege,
Yes.
played by. Remember, he had a protege, the bald woman in the first one.
Wasn't his protege. He was her protege.
He was her protege.
Yes. That was Tilda Swinton.
Tilda Swinton played the smart one.
Sorcerer Supreme.
The Sorcerer Supreme.
Yes.
Did that where she put her thumb on his forehead. It says like, see through your third eye. So now he has a third eye for sure.
Like literally.
Yeah, but that's when like he looked and his third eye opened, then credits, right?
Yeah.
So the funny thing that was kind of funny about the mid credit sequence, because like now this credits, Danny Elfman music, oh, it's awesome, right? Multiverse of Madness stuff going on. Then he's walking on sunshine again. Like, it was so jarring. I'm like, wait, did this happen?
Yeah.
Did this happen before? Did this happen after?
Yeah, and he's just walking all of a sudden.
Oh, he's walking on sunshine again.
Yeah.
Like it's happened like 2 weeks later, like he's over it, right? And then
all of a sudden, Charlize freaking Theron shows up.
Theron, Clea. Her name is Clea.
Yes,
shows up.
right here.
Who is also Dormammu. Remember Dormammu? I've come to bargain from like all the other ones, like her cousin or something. Dormammu's cousin. So Clea, who I also think ends up becoming Doctor Strange's like wife or something in the universe.
Yeah.
She's like, we have to fight Hancock. No, that's a different movie. We got to fight Vin Diesel.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a different movie.
Family.
Oh, we got to fight Immortan Joe. That was a different movie too.
Yeah, it was.
Man, she's fought a lot of weird jerks lately.
Yeah. So she says, we have to defeat this evil.
Yeah, we have to defeat a new evil, transdimensional thing that you
created. And she like legit just cuts open a hole in reality.
Yeah.
And she's like, unless you're scared. And he just goes, whip, takes off his scarf, and out comes the cape, and he turns right into Doctor Strange, and his little eye goes boink.
He's like, let's do it, baby.
Yeah, he jumps in.
Yeah.
And then scene.
Yeah, that's how that ends. And then after credits, where do we smash cut to? Bruce Campbell on the side of the road, still punching his face. Wah, 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 wah,
and then it finally stops. He's like, oh, thank God.
It's over.
It's over.
It's over.
So we don't know if that's like a full meta thing, if it's over for him punching his face or his hand going idle on him for the rest of his career.
No, it's the movie's over.
Yeah,
that's what
over.
The
and
movie's
then
over.
we're welcome with Doctor Strange will return.
Yeah, because everyone who saw it in the theater is pretty much. That's why I got to read them more.
Yeah.
That's why I didn't throw it away. Everyone got it that the movie's over. Oh, it's over. But hey, man, Bruce Campbell. I don't care. I was worth waiting an extra 10 minutes of credits.
It was pretty good
to see Bruce Campbell one more time. Hopefully, Sam Raimi returns to direct.
Yes,
more MC movies. There's some rumors that maybe he'll be the new MCU guy and Feige will take over Star Wars, but maybe in the future, Mark will tell me that. But hey, I'm going to get him a quick letter grade here.
Let's do.
Just because, like, in case you haven't been following or we've cut this into funny places.
Yeah.
There's actually a fire going on not far from us.
Yeah.
California is on fire, by the way.
Again.
What is with these fires? But anyway, I'm going to give Doctor Strange a B+. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness can be very by the numbers with its story elements at times, but any shortcomings are made up with expert directing, acting, and musical score.
Nice, man. I will give it to the musical score. I'm going to give this one an A. This story was such a change for the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Had I not been prepared by watching Loki, the What If series, or even Moon Knight, which is their latest show, I would have been thrown off my game. This movie paved the way for more horror superhero movies in the mainstream, and I can't help but love it more for that. Some pieces did feel a little clunky, like the plot hole I mentioned, but overall, this was well worth the wait and well worth the price of admission. Bring on the multiverse, aka the X-Men.
Yeah, and Kang the Conqueror, the new villain.
Oh,
we got to see him in full King getup.
Great.
But anyway, that has been our hot take on Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Remember to like, share, subscribe, hit that bell notification, do what you can. Check out our Patreon, check out our Twitter, check out our Facebook. We exist. We are out there, and we're putting out more episodes.
We're in the multiverse.
We're in the multiverse. We're in the regular verse. We're on TV.
We're the prime versions.
Did you know that when you have a dream, it's what happens to you in another universe?
I don't dream. Does that mean I am my own person across the verse? Just like America Chavez?
I don't know.
Anyways,
Pinhead
watch
might
the
come
movie,
looking for you one
watch
day.
our review.
So yeah, definitely check us out. Check out our reviews. Check out our Shop Talk movie news segments. Wow, that was actually kind of cool. I'm your host, Marc Rubalcaba, joined once again by Mr. Abel Pineda. We'll catch you next time on Clubhouse Movies Podcast.
Oh, I spooked myself on that one.